The Disney Channel just released the Descendants 3 trailer and fans are going wild. The short teaser gives us plenty to go on, and we're already forming some theories of our own. Watch until the end to find out what the trailer means for Mal.
I came across this glowing orb thing.
Open Sesame. The Descendants 3 trailer is filled with exciting scenes and epic battles, so we're totally expecting the film to keep us on the edge of our seats. The first thing we see flash across the screen is a gate. It seems to be opening on its own or with the help of something dark and powerful. If you pause here real quick, you'll notice what appears to be Sleeping Beauty's spinning wheel in the center of the room. We're under the impression that this scene is warning us of what's to come. Is Aradon Prep being broken in two? Is an evil presence infiltrating the school? It sure seems like it. The crown. The scene switches so quickly that it's hard to confirm whether or not we're in the same room, but from where we're standing, it looks like the same dark presence that opens the gate is now opening to steal a crown. The crown is beautiful and encrusted with hundreds of jewels, but why is the headpiece being featured in the opening scene of the trailer? The way the teaser zooms into it makes us think that it's incredibly valuable. In fact, we're led to believe that it's been stolen and Mal and her crew are being sent to retrieve it. Motorcycles. After the mysterious crown disappears from our view, we see a group of 4 motorcyclists driving towards the water's edge. From the looks of it, we're staring at Mal, Evie, Jay, and Carlos, and they're suited up in what appears to be Power Ranger gear. They're clearly on a mission, and since this is the 3rd scene being showcased in the trailer, we predict that the gang won't waste much time before traveling to the Isle of the Lost. Mal and her friends are clearly on a mission to retrieve something from their hometown. While we're aware that they're also looking to recruit some villains to their side, there also seems to be a rescue mission underway. The prisoner. The next thing we see is Mal opening a door with a skeleton key, and then an unknown person is rescued from a jail cell. We see his big combat boots touch the ground a few seconds later, and we can't help but notice that there are hints of blue in them. Could this be the all-powerful Hades that we've been dying to meet? Or is this a villain who tried to rise up against Uma only to pay the price? Unfortunately, we don't get to see the prisoner's face. But if it is Hades, it's possible that he's pretending to be Mal's father to gain her trust. If Uma and Hades are in fact working together, he might be posing as her prisoner to come off as a good guy. Now that's sneaky. The battle. The trailer's contents flash across the screen so quickly that it's hard to get a good look at every single scene. Come on, Disney, can't you just give us a real trailer? We've waited long enough. It's easy to see that Descendants 3 is going to be loaded with action scenes. In fact, the trailer showcases the gang fighting against armed soldiers with swords. However, the villains don't seem too fazed by this because, well, they're all well-versed in swordplay. This battle takes place in the same room that is showcased in the opening scene of the trailer, but this time the gates are closed, preventing the villains from leaving without a fight. But then again, we didn't really expect them to run. The Spectre. The next few scenes are a little confusing, but after becoming best friends with the pause button, we're pretty sure that we caught some crucial details. First of all, we come face to face with Dr. Fasalier's lair, but the image switches in a flash. The trailer then jumps to Jay's puzzled face and quickly changes to show a woman walking through the woods with a green staff in her hand. Upon further inspection, we've discovered that this staff is actually Maleficent's Spectre, but this revelation causes more questions than it does answers. Fans pointed out that Audrey was last seen holding the magical Spectre. So, could it be that Audrey and Dr. Fasalier are working together? If so, we believe that her biggest desire is to be like Mal. After all, she does have everything Audrey ever wanted. The Beast. If you managed to keep your eyes peeled throughout the entire trailer, you probably noticed a little beast clutching to a tree. Well, if this isn't Ben, we don't know what it is. Poor Ben has always been afraid that he'd become beastie like his father, but he was pretty lucky in the looks department. But now it looks like Ben is having a super hard time dealing with his new appearance. During this scene, we see Harry and Gil in the background, which leads us to believe that they've joined the good side. Could these villains be working together towards a common goal, or are Harry and Gil responsible for turning Ben into a beast? Our money's on Audrey, who appears to have Maleficent's Spectre. Sorry, Ben, you should have stayed with Audrey when you had the chance. Uma's Crystal. Isn't Uma simply the best? Sure, she's evil and all, but last time we checked, we all loved getting a little wicked. This scene begins and ends in the nick of time, so pausing it at the right moment is like uncovering buried treasure. At this point, we see Uma gazing into a blue crystal with a mesmerized look on her face. The diamond is the same shade of blue as Hades' hair and aura, so some fans believe this jewel to be Uma's way of communicating with the god of the underworld. In fact, we're pretty sure that this is the crystal showcased on the Escape from the Isle of the Lost book cover. What do you guys think this crystal is being used for? A power enhancer, a communicator, or something else entirely? Hades. Hades is predicted to be the big bad, so we can only expect him to wreak havoc on Auradon Prep. But what we didn't expect, however, was to see Uma fighting alongside Mal and the other VKs. During this scene, we see Mal and the gang sword fighting with huge metal knights. This appears to be the battle we are shown at the beginning of the trailer, but now we clearly see that the pirates are joining in on the action. The scene starts, cutting out as the music intensifies, and it's here that we get our first glimpse of Hades. And guys, it's safe to say that he's up to no good. If this really is Mal's dad, he doesn't seem to care about his daughter's well-being whatsoever. Green-eyed Mal. The last thing we see is a breathless Mal turning around to face the camera. Her eyes glow a bright green before the trailer cuts out. The Descendants logo then quickly flashes across the screen, and at this point we see one of Dr. Fasolier's cards floating to the surface. Oddly enough, Mal is the person shown on the cover of the card, so could it be that Audrey was so jealous of Mal that she struck a deal with Dr. Fasolier? If so, this could explain why she was able to hold Maleficent's scepter without falling into a deep, deep sleep. So, if the Mal we see in the last scene is actually Audrey, this could explain why her eyes suddenly turned green. It looks like Mal is in big trouble. Let us know if you noticed anything we didn't in the comments below. We post new videos every single day, so make sure to subscribe to The Things to be the first in line for the latest news. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.